Okay, so now we need to talk about domain and range for just a line segment. So you're going to see some graphs like this, and they just want to know the domain and range for the line segment. So and also notice the empty dot, and you have the filled in or the closed dot. So we have the open dot, empty dot. We also call this the empty dot or filled in dot. Alright, notice over here we have two empty dots, okay, on each side. Now these empty dots, that's going to tell us which inequality sign that we want to use. So if we see an empty dot, that means we're going to use the less than or greater than for that x or y value. Now if we see the filled in dot or the closed dot, that means we're going to use the less than or equal to or the greater than or equal to for that x or y value. So let's look at this first graph here. Okay, remember domain is your set of x's. It's your set of x values for this function. So this function, the lowest x, we always want to start with the lowest x. So it's going to be negative, that looks like what? Negative 5. So we're going to start with negative 5. Notice it's a closed dot. So we're going to go less than or equal to. And then we're talking about domain, so that's going to be x. And then over here we have an empty dot at 7. I think that's 7. Yeah, 7. So we're going to go less than 7. So our domain is going to be our numbers, is going to be all real numbers going from negative 6 all the way here to 7. So what I have here in green, that's going to be my domain. So this is my domain along the x-axis. Okay? Alright, next we want to talk about our range. So our range again is going to be our set of y values. So I'm going to go ahead and make some blanks, okay? And I'm going to put y right here, and then I'm going to put another blank right here, okay? Now our lowest y value for this function, we want to put the lowest y value right here. So the lowest y value is going to be negative 2, okay? So notice that our range goes from negative 2 all the way up here to 4, okay? Negative 2 to 4, that's going to be our range. So I'm going to put my lowest y value here, which is negative 2. And now this negative 2 is represented here with this empty dot, closed in dot, so that'll be less than or equal to. And then up here we have a closed in dot as well, so that'll be less than or equal to, and that goes all the way to 4. So our range on this one is going to be all real numbers greater than negative 2, but greater than or equal to negative 2, less than or equal to 4. Alright, so now let's look at this one real quick. Okay, so notice we have empty dots. We have two empty dots on both ends. So I'm going to go ahead and just make my blank. We have an empty dot, so if we have an empty dot, that means we're going to use less than. Okay, so I'm going to go less than, then I'm going to put my y value, less than, and then blank. Oh, sorry, domain. Domain is x. And then my range is going to be the same way, except I'm going to use my y. Just like that, okay? Alright, so our domain. We want to get the lowest x value for our domain, which is going to be negative 5. So right here, our domain is going to go all the way from negative 5 to negative 2. So this is going to be your domain right here. Negative 5 all the way to negative 2. Okay. So we would say this, our domain is all real numbers greater than negative 5 and less than negative 2. Notice I didn't say equal to, okay? Alright, next, our range. Our range is going to start down here in negative 4, and it goes all the way up here to 4. Negative 4 all the way up here to 4. So our range is going to be all real numbers greater than -4 but less than 4. And that's it.